Hey there, Fit Fam. Welcome to the only podcast where we're breaking the mold and rewriting the rules. I'm here to debunk the myths, spill the tea, and serve a hefty dose of reality. No matter where you're at in your journey, we've got something for everybody. So buckle up because we're about to unleash the basics in the most unapologetic way possible. From shedding pounds to embracing your inner badass, I'm here to remind you that skinny is so last season and the basics are anything but boring. So grab your favorite piece of protein and your water bottle and get ready to be empowered, entertained, and educated because being a basics bitch has never looked this good. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Don't Call Me Skinny. Excited to be here with you today, y'all. Sorry, there was no Muscle Monday podcast this week. It just did not happen. It was not in my favor. I do have an anonymous form you can fill out if you have any Muscle Monday questions. Sometimes I'm not exactly sure what y'all want to hear about Muscle Monday, so I typically only do one when I have something to talk about specifics for training. But if you have a question that you want to ask for Muscle Monday podcast, please put it into that form. It's in the show notes. The link's there. It's anonymous. You don't have to put your name, your email, or anything, but it goes into that pile so that I can then take it and make a podcast out of it. And it can be anything having to do with training, gym, cardio, anything of that nature. So, and then also you guys, Basics on Demand, $29 a month. This is really for a person who wants to get a little bit deeper connected with the gym, wants to have a plan going in, wants to feel confident about what that will look like for them. So they have a plan, so they know what they are doing. This is really important. A lot of people are like, oh, if I train 4 days a week, does it matter? If I train 2 days a week, does it matter? It's like, well, it matters if the programming is appropriate, actually, right? So this might be for somebody who wants some confidence in their fitness journey, somebody that likes connection and community, because we do that. We have a community of women, right? Also, you get access to all my master classes. So maybe you want to learn things, but you're like trying to weed out all the bullshit that you that you hear, and you're kind of overwhelmed by all of this stuff. All my master classes are in there, and they are just straight facts. They're very much similar to my podcast. Okay. So, that would be a great spot for you to go. Right. And then obviously, Fat Loss Basics, which is group coaching. So all of these are options for you to hop into. Super excited about all of them. I love them all dearly, differently. They're all different. You know, Fat Loss Basics is very different than BOD. So, yeah, awesome. Okay, let's get into today because I'm pretty heated at this point. I'm pretty annoyed. And we're going to talk about, are you just fucking lazy? Are you just fucking lazy? Okay. Because this was a comment that I made. I actually made a post about this on Facebook. I'm going to read you my post because, I needed to say this thing where we are so focused in the weeds. We're like missing the bigger picture of how overall health, how fat loss works. I'm trying to get to my thing right now. And, you know, I'm just kind of like literally tired of it. I'm just kind of tired of it. Why does it say no posts available? This is weird. I'm trying to get on to my Facebook page and it's literally telling me there are no posts available. Well, that's wild because there's definitely posts available. And that's weird. Here, let's see. I don't want to read that person's response, but here we go. This is what I posted. I know some people will come at me, but this needs to be said. The food industry. Some of you are walking over dollars to pick up pennies. Seed oils, bad. Sugar, bad. Carbs, bad. Meat, bad. Dyes, bad. Fruit, bad. Veggies, bad. Ultra-processed foods, the devil, right? And then you wonder why, after yelling at people, they choose to do nothing for their health. Because no matter what they do, it's bad. I say polarizing things like fasting isn't necessary because it's not. But you're so worried about fasting and quote unquote detoxing people while most people are consuming fast food 5 times a week. Fasting is not going to help this person. Okay. Cutting out dyes and sugars and carbs are not going to help them because they're just eating fast food. Okay. Or other very high ultra processed food. Most of us use this to cope. Okay. Here we go. They need to heal their food relationship so they can start doing things on their own and feel like they are back in control. But no, you have to tell them that drinking Gatorade is literally like drinking poison. This was a real thing. Saw it. And I had to fucking say something about it. And then I said, get a grip. Healing food relationship is a must. And if all you're doing is telling people how stupid they are for consuming things you don't think is appropriate, you are part of the problem. You can be healthy and consume sugar, carbs, fruits, dyes, and other things, even if you don't think it's possible. It is. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. A lot of people said, thank you so much. This has been super helpful. Thanks, all these things. Of course, then I had another person say, okay, so I'm just seeing this now. It took social media cleanse, and I disagree with you on this one. Seed oils are bad. Sugar is bad. Dyes are bad. Ultra processed food is the devil. People are literally dying because they get their health from the FDAC, so the Food Drug Administration. Okay. Cutting out all that crap will help them, and you need to hear their food relationship at the same time. I see what you're doing here, trying to make and create controversy and also making pretty big assumptions. So kettle meat pot. When we get back to the basics and eat real food and heal our relationship with food, that's when the health comes out. I think you should eat sugar and seed oils. I think that you should eat sugar and seed oils and ultra processed food for a few weeks and then tell us how it's not bad. So fun fact, I do eat all of those things. Cool. So then I said, these individuals, half of them do not even understand or realize why fast food isn't ideal to eat. It's not wrong. They constantly getting yelled at on the internet and decided, F it, I'll do nothing if this is the type of attitude that we want people to have? No, sugar on a whole isn't bad. Overconsumed, just like anything else, sure. Same thing with everything else I mentioned. This is the point of where you're worried about seed oils and they think about food for 24 hours of the day. Not even in the same arena, right? We have people who are literally obsessed. We talk about all this food noise shit. We have little people who don't stop thinking about food, and you're going to fucking be like, don't eat sugar. Okay. Sugar is the least of my goddamn problem right now. Like maybe if I could just go half an hour without fucking thinking about what I'm going to have next, that would be wonderful. And that is what is the problem, right? One of my clients responds to this and is like, should I spoil his rant on my story? Because I was like a huge Paul Saladino, who's like, he's one of the people that yell at you from the grocery aisles. She was a super fan, but she would binge eat donuts at McDonald's while crying. This is one of my clients. And if you want to see this, just go right to my page. It's there. You can't just tell somebody to eat real food and all of their problems are solved. Like, this is the problem. So then he says, I'm sure most of them realize why fast food isn't ideal to eat, but they don't care. They do nothing because they just don't give a damn, not because constantly being yelled at on the internet. That's actually not true at all. I've talked to a multitude of people who are tired of being yelled at on the internet, tired of being told that they're going to die if they eat an Oreo because there's pesticide in it, tired of all these things. They're just tired of it. They're constantly being fed lies and bullshit by big food and big pharma. Maybe if they turned off the TV and got off Facebook and walked an hour a day versus doom scrolling on Insta and TikTok, they wouldn't be fat. I mean, I don't know what else to say. That was just like, wow. I just wild to me that is what is being said. Okay. Now we have personal responsibility at some point during this process. We are responsible for our actions. We are required to take responsibility. Okay. Just because you're in a bad situation. Okay. It doesn't mean, and you made choices that got you in that situation. It doesn't mean that you're completely like at fault for that. Like, it's just because it's not your fault doesn't make it not your responsibility. Okay. And I do believe that there are some people who have gotten to a point where they don't care anymore. They just don't give a shit. Right? Why is that the case? Why does a person not give a shit anymore? Why does a person not care? That is the bigger issue. That is a problem that needs to get solved. Is it because they're so fucking stressed out they don't have a way to like manage their shit? Like, this is a wild assumption about the fact that majority of people that are fat are just lazy. I mean, that's basically what he said. As if walking for an hour a day, which I do believe it could be beneficial. It could be very helpful. Like, that doesn't solve the motherfucking problem, which is the food relationship. Okay. Now, this is coming from somebody who's weighed 250 pounds. Okay. I will tell you exactly why. It had not to do with the fact that I didn't care. Trust me, every time I looked in the mirror, I cared and gave a shit that I weighed 250 pounds. Okay. I cared a lot. What I didn't have was an understanding of how to do it appropriately. What I didn't have was a healed relationship with food. What I didn't have was other coping mechanisms that weren't food. What I didn't have are stress management toolbox. What I didn't have was proper education and knowledge. All of those things absolutely affected my ability to fucking lose weight. Every single one of them. But I'm just lazy, right? I was just lazy. I was basically a single mom of 3 kids. I was just fucking lazy. None of my previous life experience had anything to do with it. I'm just fucking lazy. I'm just a fucking lazy person, right? Now, there again is this line, this fine line, this very fine line of, okay, but it is your responsibility. It was my responsibility at 250 pounds to fucking change something if I wanted it to change. There is personal responsibility. But that doesn't mean that I was lazy. Right? We can, I always talk about living in duality. You can care and you can be responsible and also not know what the fuck you're supposed to do. You can not care and take responsibility and just say, okay, this is too much. It's just too much. Like there's a multitude of reasons. You know, I look at, one of the same client that commented here who grew up in a diet culture house, who from the time that she was a very young child was constantly on a diet, in a diet, doing a diet. Her mom was doing a diet. Everybody in her house was dieting. Everybody's dieting, trying to be smaller, trying to be skinny, trying to be small. Like when you grow up in that environment, what do you think is going to happen? I correlate this very similarly to like a very strict household. You're not allowed to, I don't even know. Wear that. You're not allowed to do these things. You're not allowed to do that thing. Like, it's like once the person says don't look down, you fucking look down. It's the same concept. Don't eat this. You're not allowed to have that. Don't eat this. You can't have that. You're not allowed to wear that. You can't go there. You can't hang out with that person. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? You think that that person's going to go fucking listen to you as a kid? No. So when you grow up in this diet culture house where you're not allowed to have things because those things are bad for you, because they're going to kill you, because they have sugar, because it's the seed oil. Rah. Wild to me. It's just freaking wild. And then we wonder why people fucking choose to do nothing. Yes, I firmly believe, because I've talked to many people who do nothing because the whole process for them is overwhelming. Because this person says this person says that, this person says this. I'm a terrible person if I eat an Oreo. I'm going to fucking die if I drink a Gatorade. That was wild. Somebody posted that in Planet Fitness. He's like, well, I didn't realize this would cause so much controversy. Yeah, because again, people are actually trying to do something about their health if they're in this group. And here you are making blanket statements. I mean, I'd rather that person drink a Gatorade than fucking alcohol. I'd rather that person drink a Gatorade than a fucking sugared up coffee from Starbucks or Dunkin'. I'd rather that person drink that. That's a way better choice. It has there's still no nutritional value to it. But if we're going to talk about calorie deficit so that that person can lose weight so they're not fat and lazy, well, then that would be a better choice. It's like, and then you wonder why people do nothing. What is the fucking point of doing anything if I'm just going to get yelled at by the interwebs? If people are just going to constantly tell me that everything I do is wrong. Don't eat vegetables. Vegetables are bad. Don't eat fruit. Fruit's going to kill you. It's got sugar in it. Can't have honey, can't have this. Meat is bad, meat's gonna kill you. It's just like, when does it end? When does it fucking stop? It's absolutely mind-blowing to me that we're still here, you know? And now there's this, I really hope some of you have seen it, and I hope some of you, I hope some of you, like, I don't know. I found it on Jordan Syatt's page, and I'm wondering if I can hold it up here and you guys can hear it. Let me see if I can do it. It's a guy talking about taking your own oil to restaurants, right? This is what we're supposed to do now is take our own oil to restaurants. So that way we can not, you want the chef to use your own oil that you bring to the restaurant. Let's see.
You can do at a restaurant is bring your own oil and have them cook it in your oil instead of the toxic vegetable oils that all restaurants use. This is the easiest way to stay on a healthy diet when eating out.
So to hear whatever else you have to go to Jordan Syatt's page and watch the rest of it. I sent it to a friend of mine who had just recently posted this. And then I sent her Jordan's version and she's like, oh my God, he sounds just like you. Exactly. Literally. And then you wonder why people do nothing. You fucking wonder why people do nothing. Because now you're being told to bring your own goddamn oil to a fucking restaurant so that and tell this chef to fucking cook with your oil. This is where we're at. And you wonder why people do nothing. Literally, like my client said, I wouldn't eat vegetables because I was made to be afraid of them, but I would go binge Dunkin' Donuts and McDonald's. Make it make sense. Make it fucking make sense. You can't make it make sense. The fear mongering is out of control. And again, it is your responsibility to fucking do the right thing by whatever that looks like for you. Whether that's whatever the fuck you choose to do, you better be able to fucking stick to it, right? These are just the rules of health. It has to be for longevity, okay? If you want to hire a coach, hire a fucking coach. This is things that we do in Fat Loss Basics. This is what we talk about. These are the things that I go through with these clients on a regular basis. Okay? We do things because other people do things. One of the ladies I had a 2 8-hour intensives with. So it's basically what I call power hours, where we spend 8 hours in a private chat, you and I, and we like hammer some shit out. Okay. She literally is like, everybody drinks to unwind. That's what all my other friends do. So that's what I do. That's what I do is I just drink because everybody else drinks. So like that must be, we correlate what everybody else is doing to being the thing that we need to do. So now that's what she'd been turning to is alcohol because I just needed to wind down at night. I just need to wind down and I just need to feel a little bit better. I just need to wind down. Really? And you're going to sit here and tell me again, fine. Oh, well, they're just a sheep. Well, okay. That solves the problem though, bro. Right? Calling somebody lazy totally solves the problem, right? No, it doesn't. Calling somebody lazy doesn't do shit. Okay? When we sit here and talk, I can find just as many peer-reviewed studies that say seed oils are not bad, that say sugar is not bad. Anything in excess, even fucking lettuce and fruits and vegetables, actually are not good for you. It's too much. There's a threshold for everything, for every damn thing. There's a threshold for water. It's like, I can find the same shit that says that person is wrong, that seed oils aren't bad. That vegetable oil and canola oil actually can lower your cholesterol. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's just wild. Then you have, you have to use extra virgin olive oil, EVOO. Did you get out your EVOO? Did you get out your EVOO? That should actually only be used as a finisher. You should never be cooking with that because of the smoke point. But how many years was I cooking hot heat? Because EVOO, that was like, if you're not using EVOO, then, oh my God, you're not healthy. Oh, you must not be on a diet. Oh, that's a real fucking thing. Extra virgin olive oil was like the thing. Like if you weren't using extra virgin olive oil, like you were looked at like you had a third fucking eye about 6-7 years ago. It's like everything was EVOO. Everything. It's a finisher. It's what you put on the plate when you dip your delicious bread in it that has sugar and flour and terrible things that taste so good and delicious. But yeah, you're right. We're just fucking lazy, right? Just fucking lazy. And it begs to question if this person has ever been so overweight. I don't know. I don't really actually know this person's history of health. But if you are a person that has never had an issue with your weight, a weight problem, shut the fuck up. I love you so much, but shut the fuck up. You do not get to tell somebody who weighs 250 pounds that they're fucking lazy and not understand how they got to 250 fucking pounds. 250 pounds. Do you know how much somebody has to dislike their life to get to 250 pounds? A lot. It's a lot. And you might think to me like, oh, I've weighed 250 pounds there. I didn't hate my life. You didn't respect yourself. Again, personal responsibility. It's always going to be there. I'm never going to let that piece go. There's always going to be personal responsibility, but that doesn't always make it just your fault. It's not my fault that I was in a shit ass marriage. It's not my fault that I had mean ass fucking siblings. It's not my fault that my parents didn't fucking know better, that macaroni and cheese isn't a full fucking meal, or maybe we should add a piece of chicken or a fucking beef in there or something. It's not my fucking fault, but it is my goddamn responsibility to take ownership of that shit. That is the point. It also didn't make me lazy. I'm not lazy because my parents didn't know better. I'm not lazy because my siblings were mean. I'm not lazy because my ex-husband is a fucking piece of trash. But it is my responsibility. You see the difference? It's so wildly different. And we have to get to a place where this shit has got to fucking stop. I can't imagine somebody who has a weight problem. Obviously, I love my client. And my client, she will stand her own. So I'm not worried about her. She will go hungry at people. She will hang them out to dry. So I'm not worried about her. But she has a backbone. She has come to Jesus, no joke, literally about her process and the things that she has done to herself. And she can't make it make sense. But you want to know what? Those things from the past may not be her fault, but she's fucking taking responsibility for her actions and her choices now. And she's cleaning up her mess. I can't imagine somebody who isn't there yet, who cannot fully see that, and somebody to read that post and it say, you're just basically fucking lazy. You know, shit like that would turn me so far. It's just like, I'm just going to say it's just like religion when people go so far in and then they judge you. And then you're like, well, I thought that was like the whole opposite point of what this was. I'm a religious person, right? Going so far as I sit here and swear, yes, I understand. I got it. I'm going to hell. It's okay. As you go so far in to judge people about their own space with Christ and all the things. And then you wonder why people are like, religion is stupid. Religion is dumb. Look at you pushing all your religion things on me. This is why I don't partake in that stuff, because that is not who I am, blah, blah, blah. Whatever they say. I don't know. A lot of people say a lot of things about it, right? That's why. It's the same fucking thing. Oh, you're just fucking lazy. You know, that actually really makes me want to change. God, nobody's ever actually said that to me before. That tell me that I'm lazy. I'm fat because I'm lazy. I'm so glad that you are the one that finally just said the thing nobody else wanted to say to me, because I'm going to tell you, people said that all the time. People will say that all the time. People will make comments about it all the time. Comments about your body, comments about all the things when you're fucking fat. All the time. All the fucking time. And like, even now, I'm like going hard on TikTok now, which I'm absolutely loving, because I tell you, it's a wild beast over there, but I actually really enjoy. They're a lot more involved when it comes to some of these things. Like they actually comment and post and shit like that. I like it on TikTok a little bit, and I'm slowly growing over there very organically, which I love. Nothing crazy. I don't want to go viral, because I'll tell you what, same concept. You go viral, you better have your big girl panties on. Okay. But anyways, it's like, where was I going with this? So being on TikTok and starting to, say kind of these really polarizing things over there, people will have comments. People will say things. People can be very mean. Very mean. And it's not like Facebook, because even on a public page on Facebook, it's like I might trickle in here and there very few people who don't actually follow me or know me or aren't friends with me, even having a public page and it goes to a public feed. TikTok is wild. Absolutely wild. Right? But I'm just going to say shit like it is. Like, excuse me. We have to be a little bit more, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Patient. There we go. Patient with people. I don't want to say we need to give them more time or space or give them a safe place to land. No, we need to be patient, because this is also what I know after having weighed 250 pounds. Nobody was going to force me to do shit. I only got to where I got to because I fucking wanted it. I got to where I got to because I fucking wanted it. Somebody calling me fat and lazy was not a motivator. It was not a driver. It was not momentum for me to take action and go fucking change. What got me there was the fact that I got fed up with myself. I took responsibility for my own goddamn actions and made shit move. And that's the difference. That's what you have to be willing to do. And again, while it may not be your fault, it is your responsibility. And when you get to that place where you're done, you are fed up. This client that I talked about today, she has been on, oh God, we've been friends on Instagram for a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. And we talked all the time. She would tell me all these things about her food. Never once was I like, oh my God, I can't talk to you if you're not going to be my client. If you're not going to be my client. You want to know what it was going to be? What I always told her was, when I'm ready, I'm here. When I'm ready, I'm here. I mean, when you're ready, I'm right here. I'll be here when you decide that you're ready for this. Yep, I'm not ready yet. Yup, I'm not ready yet. One day in May, she sent me a message and said, sign me up. Let's go. Because you got to get there in your own time. Somebody being a dick to you isn't going to make that happen any faster. It also isn't going to move you in the direction that you want to go. It's just not. It's not going to move you in that direction. And people don't understand that. Telling somebody that they're fucking lazy and that they know better. Yeah, obviously people know that fast food is not great for them. Maybe that was an egregious statement I made that was a little like overarching, but like coming from somebody who in high school, me and my best friend, we would leave our 4th hour early. We'd have, we got lunch lotto, and certain teachers on certain days of the week got their class excused for lunch 5 minutes early. Now, I will say I went to a high school where our whole lunch hour was 45 minutes and it was the whole fucking school. Okay. So that 5 minutes was like bangarang. Well, we typically went to Burger King. We would get double cheeseburgers, French fries, and a pop. And we smashed that shit. Smashed the hell out of it. Did I know that fast food isn't the best? Absolutely. I sure did. I absolutely knew that fast food was not the best. Okay. Did I think about those things when I was eating, not Taco Bell. Did I think about that when I was eating a double cheeseburger? Like, oh my God, this is so bad for me. No. And I shit you not, this is the worst. By the Aldi that I shop at, there is a Burger King. And I'm telling you right now, even at 9 a.m. and they got whatever they got going on over there, it smells so good. And it brings back memories and feelings. Like I can visually picture us sitting at a table together eating this shit. It brings back a piece of my life, a piece of my childhood, a piece of my best friend, a piece of all those things. It's more than just, oh, fast food's terrible for you. Oh, it's going to poison you. Oh my God. Fuck that shit. Over it. Tired of it. Done. Really fucking tired of it. Food is a lot more than just fuel. Food is memories and experiences And it is so much bigger. And I will text her. I wonder the last time I did. I wonder the last time I actually texted her. It was probably a couple of weeks ago when I went and I was like, dude, the Burger King. Oh, it's so good. I'm not going to go get it, but man, it brings back memories. So yeah, while I was, 16, 17 years old eating, like, I'm not even kidding you, pounding double cheeseburgers. And the double cheeseburgers are not the double cheeseburgers from today. Can we just be honest about that? They're like Whopper Jr. now is like the size of a double cheeseburger. No. Back in the day, a double cheeseburger was like the size of a Whopper. 2 of those patties. I shit you not. And I would fucking pound it. It was wild. But you know what? Yes, did I know that was not good for me necessarily? Yeah. Did I even understand remotely in the multitude of ways that it wasn't good for me? No. I had no fucking idea. Did I even understand what calories were really? No. Just that, I was supposed to eat 1,200. And back then, it's not like we have it today where they put all the calories on the menu so you can see how bad you're being. Oh, that wasn't that way. I probably was eating like 2,200 calories back in the day in that one meal between the pop and the fucking cheeseburgers and the French fries. Dude, wild. But God, it's fucking lazy, man. Fucking lazy. It's wild to me. Wild to me, people's comments. I'm going to end on this note. There's a multitude of reasons why you're not where you want to be. There's a multitude of reasons why you can't lose weight. There's a multitude of reasons why you gained the weight to begin with. There's a multitude of reasons why you can't stay in a calorie deficit. There's a multitude of reasons why you're struggling. Take some responsibility for those things that you are in control of and leave the rest. Because you can't change how you got there, but you can understand better why you chose those things, what they meant in that moment, and then move forward from that. Move forward from that. If you need help, hi, that's what I do. And if you can't tell, I'm fucking passionate as shit about it. Because I'm really fed up with this shit. Really fed up with this shit. Okay? I can breathe now. I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday. And please, if you got anything from this, screenshot, share it to the world. It's how I get out there. If you're like, holy shit, this needs to be, I don't know, this needs to be somewhere. My friend needs to hear this. My mom needs to hear this. My sister needs to hear this. Please listen to it. Share it with them. That would be very helpful as I am word of mouth only. So on that note, you guys, I hope you have a great hump day, because every day is a great day for a hump, especially when I yell at you for 30 minutes. All right, guys, I will catch you on Friday No Filter. I'm sure it'll be a good one. Thanks so much for listening today. If you laughed, learned, or just felt a vibe, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your support keeps this ass train chugging along. If you're ready to embrace the basics with a twist, follow me on social media. Links are in the show notes, and let's see the ways we can work together. All right, basics bitches, you're not just listeners, you're part of the revolution. Remember, skinny's out, basics are in, and you're looking damn good doing it. So until next time, stay basic.